figured it out. Hi, I'm here, and yes, you could hear me while I was in a waiting because I didn't have my mute on, but that's okay. It's Open Mic Friday. I don't have topics. I have topics, but I'm not going to bring them up until you do, because we're just going to talk about what you want to talk about, because it is Open Mic Friday. And if you want to get on the show, the link's in the description down below. It's also going to pop up in the chat every once in a while if my StreamYards keeps working. I can't tell if you guys can hear me yet. I'm sure you can. Doesn't look like it's showing up on my screen here. Or is my, oh, that's because my monitor is way behind. Okay, there I am. So how's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. It's going to be an interesting weekend for me because we got to travel 6 hours one way tonight and 6 hours back tomorrow, and going to a graduation party. My nephew's son, his youngest son, is graduated from high school, so we're going to go to his graduation party tomorrow in Omaha, Nebraska. And one of my kids is hanging out at our house this weekend. Well, the neighbor kid, we call her one of our kids because she's like one of ours. But anyway, so I hope y'all got something to say. And if you don't, I have plenty. You know me, I can always talk about something. And it is Open Mic Friday. The link is, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put in the chat too. Watch this. In the immortal words of Thomas Cleaver. Kapow! So there you go. Anyway, I'll just guess it's just time to play the intro, because that's what we do. Play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P-Dawg Knight.
All right. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Night Live. I am your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet, and welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. I am so happy you're here. It's Friday, the 11th of June, 2021. And I got about 7 more days to decide whether or not we're going to appeal this ruling from the judge on this deal my wife has with my brother-in-law. And basically, it looks like it's not going to be worth it because it's such a small amount in lawyer speak. As in, even though he owes us 25 grand and we're trying to get it back. It'd probably cost us between 10 and 15,000 just to take it to court when you use a lawyer. And you got to use a lawyer when you go to the appeals court, because the appeals court is basically just district court. And I could do it pro se. I mean, I have all the arguments, but I don't want to take a chance in messing shit up. Because I don't know if he would get a lawyer, and it's a mess, and we're not happy about it. Let's just put it that way. But so it looks like we're just going to have to write it off because, and it's very unfortunate. My brother-in-law is quite a character and doesn't have very good relationships with anyone in our families. And one of these days he's going to figure out, maybe it's me, because it's pretty much the same thing with everyone in our family. But that's a whole nother story, because it is Friday. We're going into the weekend. We got things to do. We got places to go. We got people to see. And I want to know what you're going to do. See if you have any plans for the weekend. Now, some people work on the weekend. This might not be your weekend. I don't know. Some people, some people, every day is their weekend, as in if you're retired. Some people, and then some people have different days. Like my daughter's weekend is Monday and Tuesday, because those are the days she doesn't work. And so I'm just curious, what do you got going? Got any big plans for the weekend? Like I said, we're going to drive to Omaha today, drive back tomorrow, because we're going to my nephew's youngest son's graduation party. And then we got to get back because we're hosting some people on Sunday, and going to hang out by the hole in the ground that came with this house, known as a pool. It's funny though, because excuse me, we have not replaced our pool heater yet, and which we haven't. It's never functioned. It functioned 1 year since we've lived here, and that we've lived here 11 years. But we've just never hooked it up. We're like, I would consider staying in this house if I ever actually replaced the pool heater. But they're about 25. This is like $2,600 to replace a pool heater. And I just cringe at the thought of spending that money. But this year we've had 6 90 plus degree days of weather in a row. And so when we got in the pool the other day for the first time, the pool was actually pretty warm. I was pretty shocked because usually I don't like going in below my thighs because I don't like having that thing happen. You just freeze up and it's too cold, and I don't like a cold pool. So we might be replacing the heater this year though, because it's now that it's just me and Lady Boomer. We got to have a warm pool, or at least it doesn't have to be warm or cold, but it just has to be at least somewhat warm. I don't know. Anyway, that's too much information. Congrats to me and the missus. Oh, you could. I'm assuming you mean for our daughter, who is engaged to be married. We're excited about that too. We're really excited about that. All right, real quick, let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and we're gonna keep this ball rolling. And if you want to jump into the line to be on open mic, I'm serious. I have topics. I just don't know that I'm going to bring any up. I'm going to make you bring them up, and then we'll talk about them. And whether it's in the chat or whether you come on the open mic, by the way, the open mic link, I'm putting in the chat again. That's it. And if you want to come on, you can. And all you need is a microphone. You don't have to put a camera on if you don't want to. If you want to put a camera on, you can. Whatever way you want to do it. Just put your name in the little space where it says put your name here, and I'll bring you in. So anyway, first, let's say good morning to everybody, though, while we're at it. And 23 in the room, 12 likes. Hit the like button if you like what we do, and if you would be so kind to share the stream out, that would be fantastic too. And you can still be a sponsor of this show through YouTube Super Chats and Streamlabs and or Venmo, Cashapp. Those are in the description down below. And all right, let's make this thing go. First, let's say hi to everybody. First in the chat today, it was Somnambul Nation, who gets the bell. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, that is so weak. What the hell was that? Let's try that again. Somnambul Nation gets the bell, and thank you for being here. Hey, I can hear you now. Audience, where the hell were you when I said that before? It was like golf clap. Anyway, good morning also to Advocatus Diabli, the Devil's Advocate, Jim Beam, what's happening, Tarai Deos, Gunfox61, the administrator of our fantastic Discord server for the PDawgKnight Channel. Also, good morning to Mike Savage, Blarg. Also, good morning, Jonathan Peterson, Select a Boy, boy, Attack Alpaca, People's Front of Canada. That sounds so communist. I don't know, but that's okay. I don't care. I know that's not true. Also, good morning, Amy in Connecticut. Good morning, Sean. Nice to see you back. Also, Atheist Icon. What happening? Let's see who else is here. Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Nice to see you. Let's see. Assassin of the Gray, who always puts the stream out on all the Discords. I appreciate that. Good morning, Justin Anderson. Good morning, Piccolo, the Driving Ape Man. Also, good morning. That's my truck. All the truckers get the horn, baby. Also, D.I. Freighter Watcher, what's happening? Infamous One, Simic Magic, what's happening? Also, who else is here? That's everyone that's in the chat. There's a few people lurking. If you're lurking, working, driving, thriving, please watch the road or watch whatever you're doing at work, because we don't want anyone to get injured. That would suck, and I don't want to be the cause of anything. Anything torrid? What I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyway, so I am serious. I want to hear what you want to talk about. Good morning, Gamer Valine. Lurk is engaged. Fantastic. Also, good morning, Renee Mayette. Wow, that's weird. Your name showed up in the Streamlab chat faster than it did in the YouTube chat. That's pretty, or StreamYards chat, whatever. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm using StreamYards today so that I can have guests on. Again, it's Open Mic Friday. Tell me what you want to talk about, or you can tell me in the chat. That'd be fine. It's from the life of Brian. I wasn't brave enough to use Judea, Marty. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What? Oh, I see what you're saying. It's from, the People's Front of Canada. I got you. Anyway, all right. So anyone? Oh, I didn't hit the tweet for the show. There we go. That was dumb. Make sure I did it on all the other social media except for Twitter. And so some of the people who find out I'm here about Twitter, it takes a village to make sure you hit the tweet button. Anyway, so let's just look at what, since no one's on the mic yet, I will just look through what's happening on the old Twitter thing here. By the way, thank you, Scribe Light. Thank you, Mike. Let's see, or Somnambule Nation, who have already tweeted out the show or retweeted my tweet of the tweet. That's fantastic. And again, if you want to sponsor the show, there's the link from the cloud bot, which is finally kicking in. That's good. Let's see. Let's see. Jedi Ghost Bear sent me this. I do not know what this is. It's only a minute 28 long. It's cool to see someone learn world history in real time. All right, let's check this out, because again, I'm just generating content from things that you ask about or show me. And so Jedi Ghost Bear is a prolific sharer of things. And so I want to show you what Jedi Ghost Bear, and I'm going to watch this blindly. But here is, let's see. There we go. Come on, click in. There we go. Boom. Oh no, I screwed up. Yes, sometimes I need a producer. I need a producer like I never had before. No, I need a producer. Yeah. All right, let's see. It says, cool to see someone learn world history in real time. So we're gonna just, damn it. Hang on.
This anti-Semitism.
Oh, you can hear it. There you
when
go.
the U.S. very consciously,
hang on. All right. We're gonna start this from the beginning. I am just curious what Jedi Ghost Bear sent me. Hi, speaking of Jedi Ghost Bear, what's up? He's in the chat now. So I'm gonna play this clip, Jedi Ghost Bear, that you sent me blindly. I haven't even watched it yet, but since you send me stuff from all the time, are from the People's Front of Judea. Fuck off. Or from Judea's People's Front, or something like that. Oh yeah, isn't that from the Life of Brian? I think so. Fuck the People's Front of Judea. I'm from Judea's People's Front. Oh, you did it again. I see. Good morning. Why are you so angry? Also, okay, here we go. Let's watch this clip. This is someone learning world history in real time.
Or just you could throw a dart anywhere at the global map, and you can probably find, at some point throughout the 20th century, the U.S. intervening to undermine, some type of social democratic effort and backing the most vicious right-wing elements. And the irony of them calling this anti-Semitism, when the U.S. very consciously and explicitly, out of World War II, allied itself with former Nazis, helped Nazis escape justice, was complicit in what was called the rat line, with getting Nazis out of Germany and into these death squads that were run by the United States and deployed in an anti-communist fashion against the Soviet Union and against leftist elements in South America.
But who ended the Holocaust? I mean, what country?
The Soviet Union, actually.
Okay, but
the Soviet Union did that.
No,
we walked in after the Russians had suffered 20+ million casualties and marched into Germany.
Sure, but without the United States' intervention, a heck of a lot more people would have died in that atrocity.
Yes, and I'm glad the Soviet Union and the United States allied to beat Nazi Germany, but the Nazi Germany, the Nazis themselves then allied with the United States to go after the Soviet Union and to go after communist and social democratic elements in South America. That's an actual part of the history.
Right, but again, there's lives being saved in that process, a lot of lives being saved in that process, and a lot of Americans putting their lives on the line and dying to save those lives.
Sure, but many fewer than Soviet lives died to take on the Nazis.
Okay, hang on. So,
or just you could throw a dart.
Interesting.
Anywhere at the global.
Well, that's fascinating. So, this guy's saying because the Russians had a lot more people die, they should get credit for ending World War II? Is that what he's saying? I mean, that doesn't make sense. So this guy's like trying to tell us that it was the Russians who saved us from Nazism. Fascinating. I hear that argument a lot too. Oh, the because the Soviets had 20 million die. Well, I don't know if the measure of how you do in a war is how many people you lose to death. I would think maybe more like you would think it'd be if you had won and not lost as many people. But yes, I do. Obviously, we're going to give the Soviets some credit. They're obviously the Germans' miscalculation of trying to also move east into Russia after a deal and trying to mess with Stalin after they had a deal. Remember, the Nazis didn't have a deal with the U.S. and the idea that this guy's saying that, okay, then the U.S. allied with the Nazis. Really? I don't know about that. I think they helped rebuild Germany just like all the other allies did, and the allies who certainly rebuilt their sections of Germany and Berlin and whatnot way better than the Russians did, and that's why Russians cut off the East Germans, because they looked like fools compared to the West. But holy shit. Anyway, PDawgKnight, are we sure it's not FTG Friday? Isn't that right? Are we sure this is an FTG? Yeah, fuck that guy. That's for sure. Anyway, thank you, Somnambule Nation. All right. Like I said, it's Open Mic Friday, and I would be happy to have people jump on. And I see Gunfox is in waiting, so I'll get to you in just a moment, sir. There's let's see, what else do I got going on here? Thank you, Justin, for retweeting the Open Mic Friday show on Twitter. I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and get to Gunfox here. And if you want to join the stream, the link is the link in the chat anywhere? Is it popped up there yet? I haven't seen it yet, but it'll be there. I'll put it there myself again. If you want to join the stream or want to drop in on Open Mic Friday, please do that. Join the show here. And there it is. So there's the link again in the stream. Let's say good morning to Gunfox61. How are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to a long drive this afternoon and a long drive back tomorrow night. But what's 6 hours in a car? It's extra streaming time. So we'll probably stream the entire probably at least one way we'll stream, because Lady Boomer loves to stream while we're in the car. Anyway, what's going on with you, man? Where are you right now? Are you home? Are you off on some radio?
Yeah, I'm home. I got to work this weekend again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that like work, or the work you do that's your avocation?
No, my career.
Oh, work. Okay.
Career.
Well, that's a bummer. But I hope you get some days off soon. So what do you want to talk about, my friend?
Did you see the Iran warship in the Atlantic? News story.
No, I didn't. Is that on the Discord? I'm going to open that up real quick and try to find it here.
Look in your DMs. I sent it to your DMs.
I got to learn how to use those better. Hang on. I got to.
Yes, you do.
On this, because I for some reason, I know it's here. It's in the message box, and I just have to learn to. Okay, it's member list. Okay, not that. Here's inbox. There we go. It's in the inbox, and then I always have. Oh, there you are. Okay, let's dig up this article while we're at it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna open this article, and we'll put it on the screen while we're talking about it. And there we go. There's too many things to.
While you're open that, here's another one. 2 passengers of the first fully vaccinated cruise test positive for COVID-19.
Oh, isn't that fantastic? I heard about that one too. Holy shit. So that was on a cruise ship, right?
Yes.
The cruise ship, yeah. Tell the audience a little about that. Explain what you're talking about here.
basically, in order to get on this cruise ship, you had to have a COVID-19 fully tested COVID-19, which means both the jabs. And well, 2 people have already tested positive.
And you know, it's funny about that. So now it makes you wonder, okay, did they have real cards that said they were vaccinated, or are they those rare people who test positive post jab? It's very interesting. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone else on that ship comes up with COVID-19. But anyway, so hang on a second. Could you hear that?
No.
You didn't hear me sneeze? Okay, I hit the mute button just in time. So anyway, here's the story you were talking about, the Iran warships. Hang on. Okay. It's gonna get me every time. All right, so here it is. In Dubai, United Arab Emirates, an Iranian destroyer and support vessel are now sailing in the Atlantic Ocean in a rare mission far from the Islamic Republic. Damn it! There's something.
Bless you.
By the way, I do have my cup of reparations right here. Anyway, all right. So, in a rare mission from the Islamic Republic, Iran State TV reported on Thursday without offering the vessel's final destination. The trip by the new domestically built destroyer Sahand and the intelligence gathering vessel Cochran comes amid U.S. media reports citing anonymous American officials saying the ships were bound for Venezuela. The Associated Press could not immediately confirm the ship's destination. Now, and that's kind of a thing. Doesn't Iran often have ships down near Venezuela?
No, they don't, because their ships are so bad that they tend to catch fire very, very easily.
Oh, really?
And they tend to break down.
But they have, but for whatever reason, Iran has this kind of weird relationship with Venezuela. I've never understood, other than the fact that they have a mutual hate for the red, white, and blue, and other Western countries. But so if this is going to Venezuela, what do you think their mission is?
They're probably going to go there, depending on what, either get oil, sell oil, or maybe use it for training. Maybe slide up the East Coast, see what they could steal, anything like that. They could be bringing arms to Venezuela too. So it's a wide variety of different things they could be doing.
Yeah, because they say here the Navy is improving its seafaring capacity, improving its long-term durability in unfavorable seas and the Atlantic unfavorable weather conditions. Sarari said, adding that the warships would not call at any country's port during the mission. Here's a show: 7 Iran fast attack craft typically associated with its paramilitary Revolutionary Guard on the deck of the Cochran. Satellite images from Planet Labs Inc. suggest it left port in Bandar Abbas sometime after April 29th, whatever. It's funny because their Navy doesn't match up with hardly any Navy in the world. I mean, that of countries that have navies. I don't know. I think it's it's a fascinating thing that they're going to be out in the open Atlantic at all. But anyway, who knows? So,
well, Iran is more likened to China right now because they both have the same setups. Yes, China has more ships than the U.S., but if you actually break it down, they don't have a reliable blue water navy. They have a coastal, and coastal, what I mean is within, like, they could easily get to Taiwan, but that's about as far as they can really get to. I mean, yeah, sure, they have some ships that can get to the first string of islands, including like pushing other little navies around, but they tend to scatter when the U.S. is around. If you notice that they're all bluster when it comes to the U.S., but they're really not pushing the envelope with U.S. ships.
Well, I think they'd get blown out of the water if they did. I mean, it's funny because they do, with American ships, they tend to use the smaller craft that aren't even necessarily naval craft, but just hit and run tactics and shit like that.
Yes,
but
and what a lot of people don't realize is they're doing it the same with the Russian Navy too. They're using these little gunboats to just harass. And I'm using harass like a vague term here. They're not shooting yet.
More like annoy.
Yes, annoy. I think annoy is a better description.
Yeah. And the U.S. has learned a lot since the USS Cole incident, and I think that was a wake-up call for anyone who doesn't know the USS Cole. A suicide boat came in and whacked and hit the ship, killing 17 sailors. So the U.S. Navy is still very, very on guard for that. Right.
And they don't allow any types of ships within a wide area. And it's kind of funny because when the Navy goes in and out of ports, they tend to have their little boats around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting because those little boats actually kind of help keep civilians away and let the ships know if there's any sailboats in the area, because the sailboats still have the right of way.
Okay. So wait a minute. The sailboats have the right of way. What do you mean by that?
Yes, all ships, doesn't matter who, have to give way to sailboats because the sailboats don't have an engine.
Okay, so they rely on obviously the elements to get around. Okay, yes. That's interesting. Huh. So what? Okay, so that's big news. Any other news story that you're following?
Yes, China. Hold on. China has a dystopian hellscape in. I sent this to you. Hold on, let me send it to you.
Oh, hang on. I gotta open that back up.
I have so much stuff linked in Discord, it's not even funny.
No, I know. I see it every day. Yeah, you had the attack when you attacked Dr. Fauci, you're attacking science. That was the one yesterday. It's like, although I think that was that was like the last one you had on here too. Which I just lost my mind to that one.
Yeah, you covered it.
Yeah, it was that was insanity.
Oh yes, I triggered it. I triggered the heck out of you. That was a good one.
Anyway.
It should be in your DMs.
Oh, I see. Okay, China's okay. I got you. Okay, let me open this one up. Oh, I hate it when that opens over here. Hang on. There we go. China's created a dystopian hellscape in Xinjiang. Amnesty report says. Interesting. So, human rights organization Amnesty International has said that China is committing crimes against humanity in Xinjiang, the northwestern region that is home to the Uyghur minorities. Here, I'll put it on the screen now. As soon as this thing popped off of here, there we go. In a report published Thursday, Amnesty called on the UN to investigate, saying China had subjected Uyghurs, Kazakhs, and other Muslims to mass detention, surveillance, and torture. Agnes Collum, wait a minute, they're just finding this out. Anyway, Agnes Callamard, the Secretary General of Amnesty International, accused Chinese authorities of creating a dystopian hellscape on a staggering scale. It should shock the conscience of humanity that massive numbers of people have been subjected to brainwashing, torture, and other degrading treatment in internment camps, while millions more live in fear amid a vast surveillance apparatus. She also accused the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres of failing to act according to his mandate. Mr. Guterres has not denounced the situation, has not called for an internal investigation. It is incumbent on him to protect the values upon which the United Nations has been founded, and certainly not to stay silent in front of crimes against humanity. Okay, there's a minor problem here. China owns all of them.
Yes,
they have their fingers in every pot in the world, particularly African nations and much of Asia, and plus the fact that aren't they one of the countries that have veto power in the United Nations?
Yes. This is like really key, because this is what they're doing. It's called debt trap diplomacy.
Okay. And
what they do is they give, let's say, Ethiopia, which they have done, 7 billion Chinese dollars.
Right.
Well, their interest rate is so high, they'll default. They know these countries cannot pay. So what they do is they say, well, since you defaulted, we're going to take that. We're going to take that port, that rail line. All your infrastructure now belongs to us.
Right.
And the funny thing is, they have their own people build this stuff. They import Chinese citizens and companies to build it. So they charge a lot more. They get their money back and then some.
Well, I know it's happening in Nigeria, although Nigerian is able to keep on it because of their oil reserves, but a lot of the African nations don't have that. Like, so yeah, if they run up a debt and default, plus they bring and there's, it's funny because we were watching this is kind of a side, but there was this Chinese man in Nigeria that they gave him the title of a chief in Nigeria, and a lot of us were looking at it like, wait a minute, what? what's going on here? But yeah, they are particularly in Africa, they're taking over many countries that way, and it's becoming unnerving. Their power just through that is going to be, going to be crazy. But yeah, the fact that Amnesty International is just now making these pronouncements. I mean, this is from a report published Thursday. I mean, how long have we been hearing about the plight of the Uyghurs in China? For over a year and a half now? And
5 to 7 years, actually.
But as far as something that's made news, it's been going on for that long. But they've been talking about it for well over a year.
Yeah,
where the rest of the world is finding this out.
And the things they're doing to the Uyghurs, it is just insane. They're putting them in camps. They have some of the reports say they have bars tattooed on the back of their necks, like scannable bars. Mm-hmm. And they're doing live organ harvesting. They're doing slave labor. And it's just like, it's genocide. Also, their population is so cuddled, it makes our snowflakes look like regular civilians. Yeah. They just look like regular. It's so propped up that it's insane. It's a house of cards, and it's going to fall apart. And their buildings are there's so much corruption. Their buildings literally are called tofu buildings because they literally fall. You can actually, there's videos of people just breaking concrete with their hands because there's nothing to it.
Yeah. So
it's almost like tofu.
It's funny because I just happened to be highlighting Lord Stanhope saying China's on the verge of collapse, not just metaphorically, but literally in some cases, I guess. Do you agree with that statement though? That's why they're doing the saber rattling right now, because they're on the verge of collapse.
Yes. Yes, it's a safe face. They see. That's why a lot of that's why you see it's called the 50 Cent Army. And China Uncensored, the video on YouTube, those guys do a pretty good job of highlighting that. And there's two others that really show what China really does. And they have people that literally go on YouTube and Twitter, which they practically own Twitter.
They're little propaganda accounts, which are quite fun sometimes. Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see how in depth, and they also do a lot. They require all companies that want to work in China. They have to start another company that has 50% ownership with the CCP, and they have to show them all their products and how to build them. And then what happens is China steals their intellectual property and starts up their own little companies, fake companies, and they actually build their products that they stole in China, and then they run them out of China. It's just insane.
Sounds a little bit like Venezuela.
Yeah,
but you know, on that note too, so you've heard about this thing that they were talking about having this global minimum corporate tax, right? About the 15% global minimum tax, and how China is exploring possible exemptions from it. I just found this article too. I think it's from Daily Caller. China explores a possible exemption from global minimum tax. They expressed concern over a new global minimum corporate tax to be discussed at the G7 summit this weekend, sparking talks about possible exemptions. A group of 7 economies announced plans this week to support a 15% global minimum corporate tax designed to prevent companies from incorporating offshore and denying countries tax revenue. China, who's not a member of the G7, has voiced opposition to the plan and has sought carve-outs, according to Reuters. Now, what's fascinating about this idea, one, is this kind of some new world order shit?
I believe so.
And then the fact that they're looking at having China not have it, is that just one of those things that just give China more power again?
Yeah, and I'm thinking kind of like Hunter Biden has something to do something about this. Now I'm just like, since we're going in the tinfoil hat, I mean, I might as well throw on my big tinfoil hat and okay.
Just let me give everyone a short trigger warning. Gunfox is going tinfoil hat, and by the way, as the Asian research director, it reminds me,
China is asshole.
Okay, that's all right. Put the hat on.
Now, there's absolutely positively no factual backing to this, and this is my personal opinion and my opinion alone. I think there's some backdoor deals going on with China and different people in a few administrations that are going to try to push for this for their own gains, monetary.
Okay, Gunfox. In the immortal words of Nicolas Cage, you don't say. By the way, real quick, good morning, Asian Research Director, by the way, also Lauren Stanhope, Jen T, what's happening? And did I miss anybody? If I did, Francis Barrett's in the house too, and I'm kind of caught up there, I think, maybe. By the way, if you're just getting here, it is Open Mic Friday. The links are in the chat if you want to join in and talk about what you want to talk about, because I am not controlling the direction of the show today. You are. And so if you got a news story that's kind of got into your craw, or just anything you want to talk about in general, it doesn't even have to be news. It can be just funny stuff that's happening in the world. The links are in the chat. It says join the show here. In fact, I'm going to do it one more time. Watch this. Watch this right here. There we go. Open Mic Friday. Join the show there if you want to do that. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted Gunfox's tinfoil hat theory.
But yeah, I think that China is using backdoor diplomacy and twisting arms to try to get a leg up, so that way they have more say in the economic sphere. Look at the Democrat Party; they get money from China in roundabout ways, and then they get their hand caught in a cookie jar, and then they have to return it.
That's been a cycle since as long as I've known anything about politics. You know, when I was becoming a voting age in the 80s, and the Clinton ties to China and fundraising and Terry McAuliffe and all these people and Dianne Feinstein and all the way to Eric Swalwell, who had a Chinese spy help get him elected. So, and maybe he was Stupiner too. Anyway, but yeah, that the Chinese connection seems to always been there with the Democrats. Uh-oh, did I lose you? Mr. Gunfox. Hello. Okay, hang on a second here. There you are, kind of.
Test 1 2. Test.
Okay,
test.
You're back. You're back. There you go. New York Times.
Check your Discord DMs.
Oh, again? Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh no! Come on. Here we go. Okay, gird your loins, people. More news from the CDC. Speaking of which, check this out. So the Centers for Disease Control is holding an emergency meeting over a rare post-vaccination heart inflammation. Not good. That is dated today. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Vaccine Advisory Committee plans to hold an emergency meeting this month to discuss the higher than expected reports of heart inflammation in young males following a second dose of the Pfizer and Moderna Stupid-19 vaccines. The June 18th meeting will address the conditions that are very infrequent and have not been directly linked to the stabs, the agency announced on June 10th. Then why are we having an emergency meeting? The first portion of that meeting will feature an update on Stupid-19 stab safety, including myocarditis cases seen after the administration of stabs built on messenger RNA technology, according to the meeting agenda. Myocarditis is a rare disorder that leads to heart inflammation. Causes include the flu and Stupid-19. Rates of myocarditis and a similar condition, pericarditis, for those between the ages of 16 and 24 after the stab, with 2 of the 3 Stupid-19 vaccines authorized in the United States, are higher than the expected rate, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention disclosed in a meeting early Thursday. So, okay, this is just one of those things. I've been saying all along, the younger generation probably could have got away without having the stab in the first place based on case rates on younger people. Obviously, older people, who are in the high risk areas, and people who are obese, who are the high risk areas, and people with respiratory issues already, who are high risk people, probably should get the vaccine. I'm not saying that people shouldn't get it, but I've always questioned the need for the people who are not getting this disease at any significant rate than any other disease to be taking this. And if this is happening in younger people, maybe they should think about that. What say you?
Yeah, you know what? Anyone who gets the stab deserves everything they get. I mean, that's just me.
Well, hopefully they get a long and fruitful life beyond stabs, but it's just it's boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm telling you, it's disturbing sometimes. I just gotta tell you. Anyway, all right. So
and to be honest, I don't think these vaccines have actually gone through the full approval process. I think they're just being used on emergency actions, and I'm using air quotation for emergency.
No, that's true. It's still on the for emergency use. And the thing is, there are some places where there's a big debate in some school boards around the country on whether or not they should require their students to have the stupid 19 stabs. And a lot of parents are balking on that and saying, no, you can't force our kids to do that. Obviously, the federal government cannot do that. But the debate is whether or not states should be able to do that. And so I just absolutely question why,
I'll do a rapid fire here.
Okay.
Biden administration revokes Trump's orders to ban TikTok and WeChat and conduct their own investigation.
Well, if Trump did it, Biden's going to undo it, no matter what it is, and no matter if it made sense or not. And there now, you've heard the latest on that too, by the way, is now TikTok is they changed their policy that they're going to be able to store and or use bio data from people. So people who use like fingerprints or eye data to, open their accounts, they're saying they can use that too. It's like, what could go wrong? So anyway, keep going.
Man who slapped Marco tells court the president emboldened Francis DK. He gets 4 months in jail.
Oh, Macron, the French president? Yeah, did everyone see that? That was pretty funny. I don't know if that could happen in the US. I'm sure it could. But boy, his whatever their equivalent to the Secret Service certainly kind of fell asleep there for a second. And but what are you going to do if you're let's say you're on the president's guard patrol, right? Or whatever you call it, guard duty. And they just randomly walk up to people. You don't know what those people are going to do. You can't.
Yeah.
The way he walked up, there's no way to vet that. And so, yeah, that was an interesting phenomenon. All right.
3 California girls killed, 4th critically injured in a hit and run. They were between the ages of 12 to 16.
Oh.
The perpetrators looked at them and then ran. They are still looking for them. 11-year-old girl shot and killed in gang-related incident in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Florida Ron DeSantis said he would sign a bill banning transgender in procedures in his state for children.
Oh, did he? Now that's
yep.
Oh, he's Now I agree with that. I don't think they should. Now, I don't know how many procedures they're doing on children anyway, but they definitely need to. They need to stop doing that because so many kids who think they're transgender grow out of it by the time they go through puberty and whatnot. And the idea that they are blocking, trying to push puberty blockers, I always wonder the rationale behind that. If you're not going to let people progress naturally first, is the trauma of puberty worse than the trauma of having that blocked in a what do you call it, in an artificial way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my personal opinion, good for Governor Ron DeSantis. I'm sure that there are people who are not happy about that, though. By the way, U.S. Real quick, I see Cannon Hotep in the wings, so I just let you know. I'll get you on here in a minute, my friend. All right, one more, Gun Fox.
U.S. Senate slams Apple, Amazon, Nike for enabling forced labor in China, and that is today.
China is
I'm sorry,
Senator Marco Rubio doing that. So I'll get you that link after I drop out.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, drop that in there. All right, man. Well, hey, so as always, I want to thank you because you do keep the Discord server going and also supply tons of news. And if you're not part of the Discord server, people, it'll pop up in the chat. Make sure you jump on there and add that to your list of things to check. There's always tons of news in that bad boy. Any last goodbyes there, Gun Fox?
One more thing. If you could, can you the stories you look at, can you put a green check mark so I know where you left off?
Oh, I'll start doing that. I got to learn. Yeah, I scrolled through those and read some of them, and I don't give any indication I was there. I will do that. Good idea. I will do that. So, all right, man. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you as always, and you have a fantastic weekend. Don't work too hard.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, man. We'll take it easy.
Later.
All right, gang. Real quick before I bring on Cannon Hotep, I want to say good morning to Sarah. How you doing, my friend? T-Ball, what's happening? Let's see. King on Common Law, good to see you. Mass Creation Broadcast is back. Nice to have you back, my friend. Cynical Lindsay, aka Lindsay the Cynical Geek. Changed the name up there, trying to throw me, aren't you? And I said, why are you so angry? I got all y'all. And then Tyler F. And then, of course, Mr. Cannon Hotep, who I'm adding to the stream right now. Good morning, sir.
What's up? What's up?
There you are.
You hear me?
What's going on, my man?
All right, cool. Nothing much out here on this rainy day, making some deliveries. But
where's it raining?
Yeah, I think say it again.
Oh no, I say, where is it raining? Oh, you're in Maryland, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. No, I called because my cousin just shot me a link about an Asian guy shot a kid because he left his bike on his lawn. You hear about that story?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he just sent it to me. Yeah, so I haven't even. He just shot it to me. I had a glance. It looked like the kid, like I guess he was playing. He left his bike in the guy's yard, and then he get shot. And then the kid realized he was shot and started yelling. It was just sad, man. Sad. I gotta keep watching it, but I was just like, man, like really? That's what you do with a little kid?
Just found it.
You know what I mean? Like,
hold on, I think I just found the article here. Give me 1 second.
yeah.
Hang on a second. It's coming up here. Okay, five-year-old fatally shot riding bike on his lawn, reclaim road space for bikes and dining. Hang on a second. That's not the right article, but it's the same one. Hang on a second here. Here we go. 5-year-old allegedly killed by neighbor after he wandered onto his yard, lit up the room with his dad hours before attending his son's funeral. Wait, this is Oh no, is this the Cannon Hinnant one? The kid named Cannon Hinnant?
Say it again.
Is this the Cannon
I gotta
Hinnant
look
kid?
at it. I glanced at it. I think so.
This is actually an old story. The kid where the neighbor came up and just came and shot the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's an update to that story.
Yeah.
So they were playing in their home in Winston, North Carolina when the unimaginable happened. They were just playing in the yard the other day. Hennon explained, telling the station he was in the side of the house when he heard the fatal shot go off. He ran outside, saw Cannon on the ground. First thing that went through his mind was maybe he just fell off his bike. The closer he got to more, he realized something was far more serious. And this dude just walked up and shot him point blank. Is that the one you're talking about? I think that's from. When was that from? That was from.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's from August 14th. Yeah, no, that was terrible, man. And it's during a time when a lot of the protests and stuff were raging. You're just popping it out, and this was just one of those crazy stories, And the guy knew the guy too. They knew each other. They were neighbors. He was just over at the guy's house not long before that. So, oh man, I lost you there. All right, looks like I'm losing. It looks like his phone went out here. Anyway, by the way, if you do want to join the show today, it is Open Mic Friday. There's a link to get onto the show if you're interested in doing that. I remember that story, man, and that's one of those names that nobody's saying. The say your name crowd is this kid's name. It's unfortunate. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you popped out just for a little bit. That's all good though. So yeah, this is from August. I don't know if it's the same story that he sent you. You went out again. Oh, now he's completely out. But blaming congressional members for. Oh, I see. Blaming congressional members for fomenting violence around our entire country. And Sarah's saying that I can't hear you right now, Canon Hotep. But I see you, but I can't hear you. Just FYI. Oh, here we go. There you are. I put you back on. Yeah, this is
cool. I must have been in a bad area. So here's another story. It's about a little kid named Kobe. He didn't die. He just got shot by the neighbor. This was in Michigan, like a day ago. This is in Michigan.
Okay, let me see if I can find that one too. Colby,
6-year-old kid in Michigan.
See here. Is that was? I remember the. Oh, here we go. 6-year-old shot. Oh, here we go.
Apparently, the guy made bail after shooting the kid.
Man, here it is. 6-year-old shot while playing with friends. Suspect released on $10,000 bond in Michigan. A 6-year-old was shot in the arm while retrieving his bike from the front of his neighbor's house on June 6th in Ypsilanti, Michigan. The suspect, identified as Ryan Lee Nguyen, threatened Colby Daniel with a sledgehammer and shot him in the arm, according to Fox 2. Colby's father, Arnold Daniel, said his children were riding their bikes outside when they stopped and left one in front of a neighbor's home. After trying to retrieve his bike, the neighbor came out with a sledgehammer in his hand and said something to the boy. The neighbor went back inside with a shot of gun through the front window. A video from nearby surveillance camera shows the group of children playing on the sidewalk, and a gunshot is heard before Colby yells, "Ow," and he shot me. He tried hitting me with a sledgehammer, but that's not going to work because I'm too fast. Then he got a gun and boom, shot me right here. Colby was rushed to the hospital, and doctors told the family that if the bullet had been an inch in either direction, he likely would have killed Colby. He's home from the hospital and non-life-threatening injuries. And then, let's see. Daniel said and then they released Nguyen on a $10,000 bond, and the father said he's angry and trying to figure out how they got bond so low for trying to kill my kid, though Lee Nguyen was ordered not to return home. Daniel is scared for his family because he doesn't know what the shooter is capable of. Why are you shooting a kid for anything? Why do you shoot anybody for a bicycle?
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? And then the $10,000 bond
for shooting a kid.
Right, like he did he did a misdemeanor theft or something like that. Like, I'm like, what? A $10,000 bond for shooting a kid. You know what I mean? And then, the story hasn't really been out there like that. Nobody's reporting on this at all.
Well, it's on. This is from June 9th. This was 2 days ago. It's tough. They pick and choose stories. And do you think it's because let's see, Nguyen is a not the Laotian name. Do you think it's because it's not the right, not the right demographics? I don't know. It's
like, I don't want to say it, but it's like, that's what makes me lean toward. You know what I mean? Because we already know if it was the a white guy that shot a black kid, oh man, it'd have been Benjamin Crump would have been there yesterday.
And you wonder if he's going to show up at all in this one, but obviously though this would have been all over CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC. But again, it's it's a lot of these incidents are like that. If the demographics are wrong, no one's going to make as big a deal about it, and it's going to be a local story. Now it's interesting that Yahoo did pick this up, but clearly, if you're not hearing about this on big media, it's a local story still, even if it makes Yahoo.
Right, exactly. It's just like, I'm like, as soon as I read it, I was just like, I didn't even hear about this thing. I said, you know what? Then I was looking at the source, and I'm like, yeah, this is local news. Nobody's gonna hear about it. It's the wrong demographic of a person.
Right.
It's not the right assailant or whatever. And it's just going to, especially when they pushing the whole, they pushing the whole AAIP thing so hard. It's almost like they can't put that out there.
Yeah, this doesn't fit any
of.
So
it's just a sad thing.
No, it doesn't fit any of the narratives at all. I mean, this is a narrative breaking story.
Right.
Because if it's if it doesn't make news if it's a white kid that gets shot, and unless it's a Jewish kid getting shot by a white person, or if it's anyone getting shot by a white person right now is makes news somehow, because they can either run that angle, they can run the white supremacy angle, or they can run the gun control angle. But do you hear, even in this story, are you hearing gun control advocates come out? Nope. Don't hear nothing. So,
then they asking that question, the mental health of them. There's none of that, But like I said, wrong demographic. But
yeah.
I'll probably do a video on it later once I read into it a little more. But I thought it was fun. Did you see Lester Holt catch Kamala in her lie about going down to the border?
I laughed about that so hard because I watched. We did hear I think yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember. But the funniest thing about, because I had to watch it a couple different times, because how many times did she say, "We've been to the border. We've been to the border. We've been to the border." And on the fourth time she said, "We've been to the border," he asked, "Well, you haven't been to the border." I haven't been to Europe either. So right. Who's we? When she said we've been to the border, who the hell is we? Because you ain't part of we. And I made the mistake. What do you mean by we, white girl? But she's not, she's Indian Caucasian. But anyway, so no. But what the hell did she mean by we? So,
right. That was just her lying. It was just her lying.
Right.
No, that was just her lying. She was, and I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, that's why she said it so many times. She's trying to say it to deter him from asking a follow-up question about it. But he was like, "But you haven't been." And then you just see that dumb look on her face, like shit. And then she came with that. I'm sure that one line she probably said that to somebody sometime, because it was like something she fell back on. Like she said that before to somebody else. Like she thought that made sense in her head. And it's like, no, it's like you're the vice president of the United States. You're responsible for our border. Nobody cares about Europe. Like I haven't been to Europe either. Like it's she thought that was a quick, a quick response on her feet. Like no. No, you're running around. No. So, can you still hear me?
Yeah, just barely. I got you back. You're back. No, that was not an answer that worked.
No, not at all. And then, they're not going to hold her feet to the fire, man. And it's crazy. And then she goes to Guatemala, and they had all those signs. That was hilarious.
That was. Hey, let me ask you something, because you're in Baltimore, and Gamer Valine just brought something up. Have you heard about the people in Fells Point talking about withholding taxes because of the lack of police covering violence there? What are they saying about that in Baltimore, or have you heard about that?
I heard something about it. I was in a bar the other day, and they were talking about it. So I go down to Federal Hill all the time. That's why I like to drinking. But yeah, so Federal Hill, Fells Point, not that far from each other. But yeah, I've heard some inkling about it, because like you never hear about any type of violence in Federal Hill, Fells Point like that. And if it is something that happens, they're on it. So like Federal Hill and Fells Point are like the more gentrified areas.
Okay.
And they're usually well guarded by the police. Usually nothing happens. At one point, I remember when some kids started robbing people in the parking garages a few years back, and they killed that quick. They nipped that in the bud quick, because those people down there in that area pay a lot of money for them houses, and they wasn't messing with those people. So, but now because Brandon Scott, goofy ass our mayor here, defunded the police like $27 million or something like that, when the Baltimore City Police Department already underfunded in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of police officers out of that area. So yeah, those people are voting with their pocket now, and it's a backlash. They're like, nah, look, we pay taxes to feel safe in our neighborhood. We were doing well. Now you want to defund the police to get on this trend of defunding the police. Now you defunded the police. Now crime in our area is going up. No, we're not paying. No, we're not paying. And that's what it is. They're voting with their pockets, which they should. That I agree with it. If they're not going to give you what you're paying taxes for, then screw the taxes. So now he wants to correct course now.
Do you think that the people in those areas didn't want the defunding? So is it who's controlling this mayor, the activists or the taxpayers?
Well, he's young. He's my age. He's like 35. He's young. So he's one of those millennials. He's one of those SJWs. So I don't think it's, because if you ask anybody in the neighborhoods in Baltimore City, especially the black people you want to do, they like no. But if you go into these gentrified, not federal, but if you go to some of these other areas that's being gentrified, we got the white liberals. They're the ones that want to defund the police and all this other stuff. So, but he's also a part of that, that cancel culture, that where he feels like that's what got him elected. So this is what he has to do. And now he's not only getting backlash from Federal Hill and Fells Point residents, he's getting backlash all over the city.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's a great thing. Now he's, like I said, correcting course. Like you got neighborhoods in Baltimore where the dope boys, they shoot the lights out. They shoot street lights out just so that you can't see what they're doing at night. You know what I mean? It's that, like, that's the type. We got shot spotters here. The police got to have floodlights because they got to have floodlights on these streets because they shot the lights out on the streets. I mean, Baltimore is dangerous. Like I said, like, I don't know if you can see it. I have to carry a vest in my truck every day.
Oh boy. Because
I don't know what area I'm gonna be in.
Oh man.
And I always I laugh. I talk to my wife because like right here, my gun's on my chest. So I tell my wife all the time. I said I'm to the point where 10 pounds I might look like a mechanic one way, 10 pounds one way, 10 pounds the other way. I look like I'm a narcotics cop. So I have to like carry myself accordingly because I don't know what neighborhood I'm going to be in. I don't know how they're going to react when they see me walk through an alley. And, I might be going to walk through an alley just to see if I could drop a dumpster in that area. But, it's been a couple of times where I went through an alley and you got some dope boys back there and they start running because they think I'm the police. And I got, I got to be like, yo, I'm not the knockers. That's what we call it, the narcotic cops. I ain't the knockers, yo.
Right.
And they'll calm down. But but sometimes it's been a couple times where they want to reach for their waistband. They think I'm police.
Well, maybe that's if that keeps you safe. That's what's important to me, man. If you're gonna, if you got to be in those areas doing that kind of stuff, at least you look the part and you make them think twice about messing with you too.
Yes, I mean that's and in some areas they know who I am, but yeah, a lot of the areas that's how it is. But speaking of that, on the gun thing, that's what I wanted to bring up. The ATF director, he trying to screw everybody. Did you read his his memorandum?
Yeah, tell the crowd about it.
So basically, they came up with a set of guidelines that determine what a pistol is, considering like an AR pistol or different size. So pistol ain't just a handgun. A pistol is anything under 26 inches in length. So if you got a shotgun, that overall length is 18 inches, that's considered a short barrel shotgun or pistol. If you got an AR that's under 26 inches in length, that's considered an AR pistol. So what was happening is that people would put what's called a pistol brace on the back. And that's just to help stabilize. A pistol stabilizing brace. It goes on the back. It's not meant to be shouldered. You can put it on your cheek or you can attach it to your arm if you're handicapped and you can't use the other arm to stabilize. So so different companies came out with it. And at the time, the ATF was working with like a company called SB Tactical. They gave the okay for certain braces, like, all right, this brace is cool out of ATF. And they would even have it on their boxes, like ATF approved this, blah, 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 blah. So now what they're trying to do is on the heels of the market that got shot up in Colorado, the something supers or something.
Oh yeah.
So ironically, that guy used an AR with the AR pistol that had a stabilizing brace on it. So after that happened, that's when they came up with their whole, we got to get rid of these pistol stabilizing braces. Like they do something. They don't do anything. Like, first off, an AR is a 22 caliber bullet. You don't need you really honestly don't need a shoulder stock to control that round.
Right.
However, it's good to have, I mean, it has stabilizing brace in the name. Stabilizing me, I would want my bullet to be accurate. I wouldn't want to be, just hoping to hit whatever it hit. But anyway, so basically, if you read his guidelines, it's got a point system. So if your pistol brace does this, then you have to give it a point. If your pistol brace is bigger than this, you have to give it a point. If your gun is shorter than this, you have to give yourself a point. And if you add up to 4 points, then you have to either destroy your gun, B, turn your gun in, or C, sell your gun back to, C, apply for an NFA license, which is a $200 tax stamp per gun, and it takes up to 8 months to even get that in the mail if you get approved for it.
Right.
So and if you look at the guidelines, it got it written is so that no pistol, no AR pistol or pistol variant would even make the cut. So I'm hoping, I don't know, because I don't know if they're trying to unilaterally just push this through or if it's got to go through Congress and the Senate. I'm hoping it has to go to the Senate so they can shoot it down. Hopefully they shoot it down. But right now, you're talking about millions and millions and millions of American citizens becoming criminals immediately.
Well, I think that's immediately going to go to the courts, though.
Yes.
That's that doesn't even sound like it could even make it through an appellate court, let alone the Supreme Court, just based on the ruling in California on ARs recently. Just the fact too that they're just that's obvious. It just seems like an obvious way to gun grab, and even they get people to register those and pay the $200, that's a registration that and an undue burden on people. One, they like to say everything that's going to affect low income people. Well, guess what that's going to do? People in areas where they need stuff.
Right.
It's the low income people most affected. So
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, so $200 ain't nothing to sneeze at. So if you got a few of those and you got to pay $200 each gun, you know what I mean? That's a lot. So they're trying to force your hand either to turn it in or whatever. And then on top of that, it creates a national registry. So if you do have to go through the NFA, which like I said, 99.9% of all them guns will fail the guidelines, and you have to go through the NFA. So, and if you do, you have to give them all your information. And the crazy part, like I said on Hotep's been told you last night in the chat, is that in order for you to contest it, like voice your opinion and your concern about it, you have to give them your name and address just to voice your concern about it on their website. I was like, well, that sounds like a sham to me. It sounds like they just trying to get your information. So they're like, oh, but this person contested, they must got something. Let's go visit them. You know?
And it puts them in that if they decide, oh, we think we need to take these guns away from people. Oh, guess whose doorstep they coming to is yours.
Exactly. And like.
Oh, lost your sound there. Hang on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. So.
I cut again. And I don't have real quick while I'm waiting to hear your sound come back. Thank you, Gamer Valine, with the $9.99 through Super Chat. Says Maryland removed listing specific models from the gun registration that's required to even buy ammo. I have to wait on my dad to finish this house on the Eastern Shore to be able to hunt since I'm in Arizona. Thank you, Gamer Valine. And Ken Hoto, unfortunately, I can't hear you again. I think we're out here. So let me do this. Hang on a second. Yeah, I can't hear you. I tell you what, unfortunately, it's time for me to end the show too. Hey, if you can you hear me? Just give me a nod real quick. Okay, you can hear me. Hey, I'm gonna thank you for coming on the show. We'll catch you on some of these sometime when you're not driving, but I do appreciate you coming on today. And I'll catch you sometime soon, man. I'll catch you in DMs or something because I want to actually talk to you about a couple things. All right, man. So thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you. And everyone, if you're not subscribed to Canon Hotep, check him out. He's also a contributor on Hotep's Been Told You. And again, thank you, Gamer Valine, for sponsoring the show today through YouTube Super Chat. And I think that's got to be it for today, gang. I hope you all have planning a good weekend for yourself. Let's see. I will add these last few items that we opened up to the link in the chat, or excuse me, the link in the description down below. And let's see. And I think I got everybody. Anyway, guys, it's that time. If you can be so kind, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button before you go. Also, share this stream out, even before, during, and after the show. Anytime you share, it helps out. And also, if you want to sponsor the show, there's ways to do that in this description down below. But it is that time, and we might, Lady Boomer, I may stream tomorrow morning from Omaha. We're still trying to figure out if we're going to do that. And what else do I got? I think that's it. Anyway, so look for us tomorrow, or maybe on the drive back we'll stream at night, but and we'll maybe even during the long drive to Omaha. Who knows? Because Lady Boomer loves to do that when we're driving for some reason. But anyway, that's it for today, people. It is definitely time for me to go, and I appreciate all of you who are here. Thank you, everyone who sponsors the show, everyone in the chat, and everyone who's been hitting the like button and sharing the stream. I appreciate all of you. Horrible Gamer, I just noticed you were here too. I'll say hi. And also Don Davis. Don Davis, real quick. Mike Lindell rally in Wisconsin tomorrow. go to Frank's Peak. I'm not sure what that is, but it's in what city is that in? It says River's Edge Park. Where is River's Edge Park? Is that in why do I know that park? River's Edge Park. River's Edge Park. What city in Wisconsin is that in? No, that says Aurora. River's Edge Park, Chesterfield, Missouri. River's Edge Park, Columbia Falls, Montana. There's Waite Park, Minnesota. Hang on a second. You said Wisconsin, though. Let's see here. Either in Menominee Falls or Ladysmith, Wisconsin. I'm not sure which one. Which one? Which one, Don? Apple River. New Richland. Oh, New Richland, Wisconsin. Oh, that's just on the other side of the border. Well, I did not know that there was one. Anyway, I've had a few Apple River experiences too. So, all right, gang, it is definitely time to go though. Thanks for being here. I'm going to call it a day. So, I hope y'all have a good weekend and look for some random streams over the weekend from me and Lady Boomer. But that's it. Thank you, everybody. Time for me to go. My name is PDawgKnight. And I'm out of here. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop this stream. Here we go. Well, let's do this first.